What's good, family? It's your boy Fonzie Neutron representing for Bout.online.com. Joined this week with Floss Angeles. Definitely good to be back going live. It's been a while since we did a live broadcast. Usually we'd be chiming in with the segments. What's good with you out there, Floss?
What it do to you?
I'm cooling, man. How it goes. We working. Definitely, it's been good to have a little bit of a breakout. There's been so much happening within hip hop, so we're glad to be able to kind of break things down now with the segments. I'm back that music group at the same time to just, touch over a few topics and stuff going on in the culture. It's been quite an explosive month to say the least. And even this past week, we've seen an abundance of news, which some of the stuff we're going to get into. One of the things I wanted to start off with, slightly off topic, more so based around the fashion world. I don't know if it's something you've heard of, but the Italian fashion company Balenciaga, I believe they're called, or something to that effect. Balenciaga, maybe. I don't own any of their items of clothing, but Balenciaga, I believe they're called. But they've been called out for an advertisement campaign that they put together featuring young children and like scantily clad teddy bears or something to that effect, and things pointing towards what some people would say, pedophilia and stuff like that. And we've seen a lot of celebrities and stuff, and people across social media speak out. Kanye West recently severed his ties with Balenciaga and stuff, and he went out to put on a statement that said they tried to destroy me in press. They tried to destroy all my business at the same time, and the world saw it, and no one's saying anything. As far as like none of the celebrities. So this just shows you all celebrities are controlled. You don't see no celebrities talking about the Balenciaga situation right now. So that just shows you all of these celebrities out here. Don't let them influence you in any way because they're controlled by the people who really influence the world. There's no such thing as a celebrity influencer. A statement that he made calling out Balenciaga. And a lot of people had pushed for his wife, for his ex-wife, I should say, Kim Kardashian, to speak out because she's one of the company's like main spokeswomen in some regard or influencers. She went out to put out a statement, not completely condemning them, but saying something to the effect of she was hurt by the news and she wanted to contact them to for them to look into it and all that sort of stuff. I mean, what's your take on this? You've been around the industry, we hear these horror stories, and now we see something like this.
To me, it's a bunch of bullshit. Actually, it's a bunch of BS because, first of all, don't no child need $200,000 a month. It's a tactic to break you. You know what I'm saying? It's a tactic to break you. It's just like a child support or like they was doing Pac. You know what I'm saying? They was doing Tupac the same way. They, having being in trouble over and over and over. Those court costs, those attorneys, and all that type of stuff. That shit costs a lot of money, man. So it's just another way to break him and break the rest of the money that he has. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you something on some real shit. I feel like the reason why they're actually doing this is bigger than just him dissing the Jews or say having something to say about the Jews. I just feel like the moment that he said that he was a black billionaire, that's when they was coming. How dare they? Because it's a bunch of white people in the world that's their dream to strive to become a billionaire or to reach that status. And here's a black man, somebody that they didn't want to become a billionaire. It just so happened he used his smarts and he used his platform and he used his music platform to come and make clothes and shoes and his niche. And it popped off for him and it made a lot of money. I don't understand really what Kanye had really said that pissed the Jews off that much for them to want to break him like and such. I feel like as far as Kim Kardashian, her sister got more money than all of them. That baby don't need for it's not wanting for anything. You understand? So that's how you know that this is a plot to break Kanye, to silence him, to break him down all the way down. But as much as they try to break him down, all you see is him saying is he's glad that this happened. He's glad that this happened. You get to see who people are, who they really, really are. Now, did he go and slap one of their kids? Did he go and pull a gun on somebody? Did he say fuck the Jews? No, he didn't. He didn't say anything of the such. He said some things that ruffled them. But we always, as black people, are always getting things thrown in our face, blatant, not just like hidden, but blatant. George Floyd, who the man had his knee on the man's neck, killing him in front of with the camera on him. They're not even hiding the camera. They're not even like hiding the things that they're doing on the camera. So like for Kim Kardashian to be like, you know what I'm saying, with it, I would have told her, I'd have told the court I didn't want it. You know what I'm saying? If you love that man enough to marry him and have kids by him, why would you want to see him going through this? You feel me? It's just a terrible thing to see in front of the whole world, you know?
Yeah, well, we know, a lot of people definitely don't get married all the time for love. It could be business and other elements. I mean, you kind of brought us a bit forward ahead on this one because we was going to get into the reported 200,000 a month settlement that Kanye and Kim have reportedly agreed upon. But we wanted to get your take on the Balenciaga situation with Kim Kardashian, extending her voice now, coming out and not completely condemning them. And she was actually silent a lot throughout Kanye's issues with, as you mentioned, the whole anti-Semitic thing. But with this situation now, we see a fashion company being called out for using explicit images, what people would say, with kids, and her being tied to this organization. I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
I really, man, it's hard to really speak on that because I'm not actually going through it. Like the mind, I put it to you like this: the mind that Kanye West has is a brilliant mind. It's because you have the whole world watching. You already know that how white people feel. If you ain't nothing to talk about, white people like, psh, you feel me? But this man actually has something to talk about, and it's just so happened that he has to be black. He happens to be black. You know, it's hard being black. Everybody want to be black until the police come or until some trouble come. You know, like I said, at the end of the day, I really can't even pinpoint and put my finger on what Kanye has said that ruffled the feathers as he has. And it just goes to show that in America that we are so controlled on things. We have to watch what we say. Like I was saying back in the days, Eddie Murphy had said what he said. You know what I'm saying, on Delirious, and white people they took it and laughed at it. You know what I mean? It was, but I feel like they look at Kanye as more of a threat. Is because even the fact that even with Trump, Trump told him not to run. Why would Trump tell him not to run? Because Trump is running. Trump don't want no interference. He don't want no competition. And he knows that Kanye has the name and has the voice. They not even giving a damn what Donald Trump is talking about. They'll listen to it and they'll record it, but they really don't care what Donald Trump is talking about. But Kanye West running against Donald Trump, now that's something to talk about. You feel me? Because you know that he has his heart is bled and flows of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have somebody up in the presidential thing that look like me. You feel what I'm saying? Than having Trump. Trump, you had your turn. You had your chance to do it. And what did you do with it? You know what I'm saying? He pardoned a couple of people, Lil Wayne. He pardoned my homeboy. My homeboy had got caught for marijuana. First person I know that got life in prison for marijuana, and Trump pardoned him. So I give a shout out to him for that. But as far as Kanye and Trump running together, man, that's going to be something epic. I feel like Kanye is going to give him a run for his money, and I think Kanye may even get it. You feel me? But how they crucifying him right now, it doesn't look good. But I feel like him running for the presidential election, come on, man, put your seatbelt and your emergency brake on. It's about to pop off.
Yeah, I feel like the divorce was definitely inevitable, and I know with the timing and stuff now, it definitely seems like a lot of things are coming down at him at the same time. But the divorce was something that was pending prior, and it was something that was in the works. But definitely a huge shock with the number in the settlement and stuff. Um, Speaking of the Balenciaga fiasco, Kim Kardashian, she was quoted to say, I've been quiet for the past few days, not because I haven't been disgusted and outraged by the recent Balenciaga campaigns, but because I wanted the opportunity to speak to their team to understand for myself how this could have happened. As a mother of four, I have been shaken by the disturbing images. The safety of children must be held with the highest regard, and any attempts to normalize child abuse of any kind should have no place in our society, period. I appreciate Balenciaga's removal of the campaigns and apology. In speaking with them, I believe they understand the seriousness of this issue and will take the necessary measures for this never to happen again. Now, some people say that's like quite a cold, callous statement.
Well, we ain't gonna get into them. We're not gonna get into them. But like I said before, if you bear a person's children, you already see that he's being crucified. It's no different than him being crucified like Jesus. That's how I look at it. That's why, if you really go back and listen to his song, nah, 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 wait till I get my money right. He was saying it when Katrina hit. He got up there and was like, George Bush don't give a fuck about black people. I mean, he been saying these things. That's why you got to roll with it. You feel me? Like a lot of people not paying attention, but they should roll with it. You know what I'm saying? It's a black man. Don't he look like you? Ain't he dark like you? He's not like he's saying some bullshit. He's speaking some real shit. So, Balenciaga, come on, man. They only out for the money. You know what I'm saying? You think they really care about a black man? No, they don't. You know what I mean? So it's just a business venture to me. You know what I mean? If I was him, like I said, like what he said, he was just like, thank you. I appreciate all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I really get to see God has humbled me. You know what I'm
Well, I
saying? His
mean,
ego was huge. His ego
def-
was large.
we
But,
definitely we definitely agree with him speaking against Balenciaga, but I think more people are outraged by Kim Kardashian's I guess not really taking the stance to condemn them for the use of such child images in their campaigns. So it's she probably doesn't want to rock the boat with that relationship.
they got money. They got money. They can sever ties and relationships with certain people. You know what I'm saying? Even though it brings them money. See, the thing that's strange to me is how they don't want to be bothered with Kanye, but they still using his shoes. You know what I'm saying? Give people their props. If you may not like them, but that doesn't mean that you don't have to pay them. They used to not paying black people. Black people have have been the slaves of America and still in slavery. We still in slavery. It's just better slavery. You know what I'm saying? But we still enslaved. What's up with every time somebody has something to say and speak their mind, you always find them having to apologize at the end of the day. You know, when I was in the game, when I was doing music and all that type of shit, I had to learn. A lot of disrespectful things would happen to me, and these people would come and just assume that you are what they are. So they would come and disrespect you, and I would slap them and knock them out, shit like that. And my own boy told me, he's like, man, Floss, you can't keep doing that. This is a different world, and they run a lot of these ventures that we're trying to get into. So you have to kiss a little ass a little bit, you know what I mean, to get where you need to get to. But I was just taught the same asses that you don't kiss on the way up is the same asses that you have to kiss on the way down. So it's the best thing just to own something. Get your own. If you feel like you're not that type of person that you want to kiss ass all your life or to get things and get your own stuff. That's why I admire people like Damon Dash. You know what I'm saying? Because even though he may be assholish in the way that he comes off, you can see why. Because all they try to do is take from you and then take what you have made and then make money off of it and then throw you to the side. That's what the record companies. I know some record companies that you can sell gold. You can sell 500,000 and they still a drop you. You know what I'm saying? It's because they may not like you as an artist because you might be up on what they bullshit. But to brother Kanye, man, I commend him because he's going. Most people would have lost their mind and killed themselves. If it was a white person that they'd have did this to, he'd have been killed himself or did some way out shit. But Kanye, he's accepting it and he's humble. You know what I'm saying? And he gonna get it again. He gonna get that money again, but he gets to see. You know what I mean? So I commend brother Kanye.
Yeah, well, I definitely condemn Balenciaga, and I don't feel as though the issues with Kanye West should outweigh them using the images that they've used.
Yeah,
You know,
man. It's just a business venture. Like I said, they don't care nothing about the culture or care about black people, even though we are the biggest consumers in the world and we buy. You know,
yeah,
like
but
I
we we
said, black.
we talking the recent uproar when we talking child abuse images and stuff. What people are saying that they had documents in one of the photo shoots
What on
referencing.
Kanye?
Oh no, with Balenciaga. Yeah. So I feel it's reprehensible at the end of the day that they take the slant that they do. Yeah, them dropping Kanye and stuff, they're not justified for that, but I think they should be slammed just as heavy for the stuff
If
that
you have anything with anything with sexual things with children, that you did me a favor. I should write you a thank you note. I'm glad you dropped me because if you having things going on pedophilia with children, then yeah, I'm glad you dropped me. It's good. Thank you. I should write you a thank you note. I appreciate you. Thanks.
yeah, no doubt, man. I mean, moving on to I guess some stuff that's been happening in hip hop. Sadly we lost Takeoff from the Migos, and there's been widespread reports on the internet and social media with different people chiming in with their take on events and footage and stuff circulating around. Recently, courtesy of hotnewhiphop.com and other media sources, they broke a story saying that a guy called Lil Cam Fifth has allegedly been arrested. And even though they're not saying he's the person who had done it or anything like that, people are speculating and saying that he had been arrested now recently on a gun possession charge, and they say that he had a weapon at the time of Takeoff's murder, and he's said to be affiliated with Mob Ties Records, and I believe that's Jay Prince's camp.
Yeah, I know Prince is. You know, I've studied rap a lot. The whole years they've been around. You know what I'm saying? Jay Prince. I salute Jay Prince because he's a black man that took something from nothing. But at the same time, I'm like, how is this going on? What's really going on over there? You know what I'm saying? Where somebody that's selling millions of records to just get shot and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Under they watch, there's something extra going on. I don't think Jay Prince has anything to do with it. You know, he's a grown ass man. It's a grown ass man, and the feds have been on Jay Prince just because he was Jay Prince. So I don't think that Jay Prince would have anything like that going on. As far as that, I think it has something to do with them youngsters. Youngsters had something going on with it. You know, it's a bunch of demonic spirits and evil people in music that don't want to, that wishing they was you or whatever the case may be. Who knows what it is, man? But all I know is that there's no reason for this type of antics and shenanigans and malarkey and bullshit going on at these clubs, at these parties, at these get-togethers. You're not seeing this going on with white people. This is what they be talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the argument they can throw up in our face because we have such senseless killings and bullshit going on within each other. Get over it. Get off it. You know what I'm saying? Get over it. Get off of it. You know, they don't realize that the little things that they may do affects the world even more because of social media and cameras everywhere. That's why they able to get the shit that they catching. Just remember when Takeoff got killed, remember I seen a video of the dude had a pistol on him and somebody keyed in right on it. So it's like the things that you think that people not seeing, they seeing, you know, and that's why they getting caught. It used to be like you get caught right after something happens. Now, like people start, you know what I mean, looking at these videos and all that. These police is just on this shit just like we own it. They looking at it just like we looking at it. You know what I'm saying? So they see it. You know, the thing is that, you know, black people need to get off this. It's making us look terrible. And once we start having this pride of how we looking to the world, that's when all this shit will stop. Like people, it's like these youngsters don't care about how they look into the world. You know what I mean? This is not happening in no other genre of music but hip hop and rap, and it's terrible.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's a sad and unfortunate situation. Like you said, I echo the same sentiment. I don't feel as though this is anything, implicative towards Jay Prince or anything like that. But
The
it's
fact
a
they
sad.
calling it mob ties,
But
change
they
the name, call it something else. Why I gotta be mob ties? You feel me? So it makes it easier for these attorneys and all these people, these court people, to be able to see, look, mob ties and all this old type of shit. Like, call it something else. Why I gotta be mob ties? Ain't nobody out there really killing nobody. You know what I mean? Or they infatuated with these Italian movies or something. But they should call that shit something else.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. So I'm sure we'll be hearing some more developments on this story as it's reported. They're saying this guy Lil Cam has been arrested and is currently in custody.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace to Takeoff. You know, imagine what with Quavo and all them. Imagine what how he's feeling. He was right there. It could have been him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't really see Offset at none of that shit. You don't really see him at none of that. You know what I mean? But like, it could have been him. Just imagine what his thoughts are, or how he's sleeping, or how he's resting. I'm sure he's not. You know what I'm saying? You have to bury your cousin. I think that was his cousin also. You know, so fuck the rap. You know what I mean? Like, this is my real family. You know what I'm
Well, I
saying?
mean,
So it's just
it was reported that people say it was a private event that was hosted by Jay Prince Jr. and some of his associates and stuff. And, an argument erupted and, violence would eventually ensue with gunfire. Now, it's just, it's just such a shock. I mean, if it comes out, that it was this guy, Lil Cam, do you think that that leaves a black eye on Jay Prince and mob ties?
yeah, man. It's like I said, and they not even thinking about OG. They not even thinking about Jay Prince. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know that the feds have been trying to get Jay Prince. They know that the feds have been watching and following and trying to get him into twists and all this old type of thing. So why would you do something like that? It's better promotion. I remember they would say, like, yeah, they would say back in the day, like, even bad promotion is good promotion. But this promotion right here ain't no good promotion at all. You ain't getting no fame or no good notoriety from this. So to Jay Prince, hold your head, brother. I know this shit is hard on you, and it's another thing I wanted to speak about, that I wanted to talk about, that's in the news right now, about the girl who was in Mexico with her friends, her so-called friends, and the girls ended up beating her to death. You know what I'm saying? And told her family that she died from alcohol poisoning when she didn't have any alcohol in her system at all. It's a sad thing. I've been watching it for the last 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? The FBI and everybody's all into it, and the reason it happened over in Mexico, I think Cabo or something, San Lucas or some shit over there, that the Mexican police really didn't really want to be involved in it. But it's a terrible thing. I just wanted to shout out and say rest in peace. I forget her name, Shanquilla. I think her name is Shanquilla. Rest in peace to her,
Shanquella
because
Robinson. We did a story on it before. We covered it when the story first broke. I believe you chimed in on that as well. We spoke on it. Yeah, Shanquella Robinson. Definitely a
yeah,
sad story and unfortunate. I believe that one of the assailants has been arrested. We know that arrest warrants was issued for the person to be extradited to Mexico because I believe that's where they have to face charges at there.
see, I'm on that type of thing. Like, anybody losing their life like that, I don't care if they was white, black, whatever. But the fact that it was a black woman, she was a business owner. She had her own thing going on, and her parents is distraught. To go somewhere that far and not come back with because of some so-called friends, and then you hear dude in the background that's videotaping this shit talking about fight back. You know what I'm saying? No, you fight back when you get in jail and they start whooping on your ass. You fight back. That's what you
Being a
do, because
coward.
that's wrong. That's not what you call a real friend. And then they beat her to death. You know what I'm saying? And then there's just so many loopholes and bad things that he rubbing her head. She was damn near dying. She was dying, and they really wasn't calling the ambulance right away. It's just like a sad thing. And this world is just is becoming just a bowl of shit. People need to really reevaluate themselves, and I feel like the U.S. needs a upgrade. It does. It needs an upgrade. It needs to get off this racism and all this killing and death is terrible.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I totally agree with you on that, man. And so much trouble in the world right now. Like Pac once said, and Big Psych. So much trouble in the world, and anybody feel your pain.
Can't nobody,
So
and rest in peace to him too. I was talking about Big Psych yesterday. Like people just dying, you don't know why they dying. Like I don't even know why my homie is gone. Like I used to see Big Psych in Inglewood because I'm from Inglewood, and I would see him, and when I would see him, I'd be like, "What's up, evil-minded gangster?" And he'd be like, "How you know about that, Flav? How you know about?" Man, he was a good dude, man. And I heard at the end that him and Pocket fell out because Psych was going to get a deal. He was, Suge was going to sign him, and Pac didn't want Psych to sign to Death Row. He wanted him to sign to Machiavelli Records, and he just like, in Big Psych mind, I'm sure he was just like, nigga, you out here running around off the meat rack. Ain't no telling what's going to happen. I'm trying to seal my deal. You know what I'm saying? And then Big Psych ended up dying. Rest in peace to him. He was a good friend of mine too, man. Him and Mental and Kato and all of them, you know what I mean, from IVC. Big up to Big Sight, man. Rest in pieces, homie.
no doubt, man. So it's your boy Fonzie. We've been shooting the breeze on a few topics once again this week. We appreciate you guys tapping in and listening to us here on BDMG. BoutOnline.com. Your boy Fonzie, Los Angeles. Peace.